Butterflies fill my spine, I feel myself getting hot again. Nerves rushing through my brain, yeah, they can't hear fiber from the trees. You're standing by his side, red drops burning down your face. Getting real close now, baby. Holy fuck, I feel it with you. I lose self-control. Now I found that you're not one to hear me now. You got me on my knees begging for your lady. And like a fool to stand around and let you blame me. And I'm riding in the sky to the heavens like an
Hi, my name is Leo Connors, and welcome to The Ring and All Other Sports. Before I get to my guest, I just want to be real serious here for a minute. My brother John's best friend, Danny Rawlings, passed away over the weekend, nicknamed Chimpy. He was an important piece of my life growing up. I've known him for over 50 years. So, Danny, rest in peace, my friend. And now, my guest from Mack Attack, Monster Mack.
Hello. Sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
Chimpy?
Thank you, Chippy.
He sounds like an awesome dude.
He was.
Yeah.
He really was an awesome dude.
Oh, man. Sorry about that.
Yep. So how you been?
I'm good, Leo. How you been?
I've been good. Been real good.
Hanging out, kicking it with chicks,
Yeah. Nice. I wish I could say that.
We've been Mack casting. We've been Mack
Yes.
casting. It's back, baby.
Yes.
Have you heard? Have you been listening?
I listened to one of
Yeah,
them.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
But no, but that's really good that you brought it back. You know, and I know
Yes.
it's very popular. A lot of people are happy about it on social media.
I thought it's been about 4 or 5 months. Come to find out, it's been about 4 or 5 years. So, yeah. Tranny fills me in. He's not here today.
Right, yeah, we miss him. We miss him.
I miss him already.
Yep.
Because
Yep.
he's the fact checker, Leo. He
Right.
knows all the facts.
Right.
The guy, he's the wrestling genius.
Yes, he is.
He keeps me grounded. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
Without it, I don't know what's going on.
All
you know
right.
what I'm saying?
I'll try to keep you
I
grounded.
hope so, Leo. I
All right.
hope so.
Listen, we got a couple of fan questions.
Yes. Bring it
From
on.
Tim Murray.
Yeah, good old Tim.
Yes. Guys, how do you have so much time for podcasts? Why aren't you laying on your couch eating delivery food in essential dread like the rest of us? Stop being so productive.
Tim,
Thanks, Tim.
What do you mean, guys? It's just me you're talking to here, Tim.
Yeah, I think he thought trainee number one was going to be.
He was supposed to.
Yeah.
He got a little caught up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Mattcast, we're doing it. We found the time. You see, me and Trainee, we've been friends for like 25 years plus.
Right.
Plus.
Right.
Add some years onto
Yeah.
that. I'm not sure
Yeah.
directly. He could tell you a direct date.
Right, 'cause he's the
You know what I mean? He's not
fact
here
checker.
though,
Right.
so I don't know. 20 years plus, so we hang out every week. We figured, we're hanging out already.
Yeah.
We're not eating Chinese food.
Right?
We'll eat after. We eat the Chinese food
yeah,
after,
That's
right?
smart. That's smart.
So we decided to do it. We finally got it in there.
Yeah.
We have a fun time, Leo.
I know you do. The one I watched was you had the sexiest man alive, Trevor. That's how he
Absolutely.
introduced himself at
Hey.
the beginning. I'm Trevor, the sexiest man alive.
I'm also America's sweetheart, so
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, I'm glad to say that you were listening.
Yeah, yeah, that's
it's,
awesome.
It's been going pretty well. We changed it up from last time. We used to
Okay.
just have straight wrestlers on.
Right.
Got a chance to tell their story. Now we're telling our story. You know what I mean? How
Nice.
things have been going, and
Yeah.
we're figuring out life together. We're showing
Nice.
clips now. We got all kinds of good stuff, Lee.
That is awesome. Now, yeah, so that's great. All right, so listen, Tiffany Aruda.
Yeah.
She says, how did you come up with Monster Mack and trainee number one? And a follow-up question,
Follow up.
what happened to the other trainees?
Oh, the other trainees.
I think trainee number one actually told us last episode, but if you can answer it, I guess here too a little bit.
Trainee number one will always be my trainee.
Right.
All right.
Yep.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. But the other trainees, they actually graduated, and now they're spread across the country.
Oh, okay.
as Monster Mack. They finally graduated from the Monster Mack training school, and now they're official Monster Macks, and they do little car commercials,
Yeah.
like little
Nice.
one actually was in a Maytag commercial. They do. One works. He spins the sign in front of a restaurant.
Yep, that's it's an important job.
They got it down, but training number one, he's still in the training school. He
Right.
can't graduate because I'll miss him too much, Lou.
Right.
Lou, can I call you
You
Lou?
got me, Lou, Leo, anything
Leo.
you want, my friend.
I almost called you Louie.
Hey, that's all right. I've been called Louie in the past.
Oh,
I really
all
have.
right.
I really
There you
have.
go.
I've been called Lee a lot, too.
I feel like I'm overdressed.
No, you look
I
fine.
do-
I'm underdressed.
Oh,
If
so
you're
you're
lucky, I
underdressed.
put on my nice Bruin shirt, too.
I could undo it a little bit. Let me
Yeah. Whoa, he's relaxing. You're kicking back.
Not too bad, right?
No, you're kicking
All
back.
right,
I got to ask you, right?
Yeah.
I'm a big hockey fan. Have you seen any of the hockey games?
It's been a while.
Okay, because the
I don't-
Stanley Cup Finals is going on, and tomorrow night it ends with
Ice,
Florida.
Ice.
Ice, yes.
Ice is
Slippery.
It scares me, Leo.
Yeah, well,
I don't want to get deported or anything, Scary stuff you're talking about.
Right? All right, well, listen, there was a little interaction between trainee number one and Stephen Lambert on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I just thought it was kind of funny.
Did he mouth off that
No,
Lambert?
but no, trainee number one said, ask us anything. And
Yeah.
Lambert said, anything? And trainee number one
Well-
said, whatever your heart desires.
Oh, I don't know about anything, Leo. Where's
And
this
then
going?
Lambert said, you answered me here and not on the show. A wise guy.
yeah.
But no, Stephen Lambert's a good guy.
Yeah, for real. He'll be at Reunion Wrestling
Yes.
May 5th.
Yep.
No, July 5th, obviously.
July 5th.
Not May.
Yeah. Hello.
Crazy. Yeah, hello.
He took that tie off.
See, that-
Maybe you should say more serious.
That's where Trainee would slip in and be like,
Right.
yeah, bro,
Yeah, exactly.
here's the right date.
That's
July 5th,
awesome.
the day after 4th of July. The
Right.
4th of July celebration continues with some hot wrestling action.
Yeah, Stars and Strikes.
Stars and Strikes indeed, my friend, on Hope Street. 369 Hope Street. It's going to be the first time ever, Leo,
Really?
that there's wrestling in that building.
Nice. That's
Absolutely,
awesome.
yeah. And hopefully it'll be a wrestling building.
Baptizing that building.
It's a Portuguese hall that's way too hard to pronounce.
Okay, yeah, I hear you.
It's the
I'm bad with
Dalia da
names,
Costa
man.
Valeda Banano
Yeah.
Macias.
Yeah.
Something like that. I think I nailed it down. I'm not sure yet. Trainee, fact check on that one. I know you're watching at home.
I'm so bad with names. I've known Maverick Wild for 20 years, and I said his name wrong the other night when he
Maverick,
was on
oh.
the show. And it wasn't Maverick Wild that I said wrong.
Maverick's my dude.
He is.
Yeah.
He wanted to be here. He
What,
really did.
today?
Yeah, he did. He
With
said,
me?
No, yeah. He
Hey,
really
he could have been. He
Yep.
could have took Trainee's
Yeah,
spot.
but I would have told you if it was possible, but he thinks he has pneumonia, so that's
Oh,
why.
I don't wanna
That's
catch
why-
that.
No, neither do I. So that's why I didn't
we got
even
big
tell
stuff
you.
coming up. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
If this voice gets all messed up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It'll sound all gross and weird. You know what I'm saying? I don't want
No.
to sound like a damn weirdo with a weird sounding voice.
Right,
you know?
right. Now, does Ray Ranson know who he's taking on July 5th?
Yeah, it's been set in stone, Leo.
Who is it?
At the last show. It's actually, you're looking at him, dude.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
it's Mack Attack and
Nice.
Richie Rich.
Yep.
You familiar with
Yeah,
Richie
yeah,
Rich?
Richie Rich, yes.
The guy is a superstar, WWF superstar. Well, not quite a superstar, but he's taken on many of the superstars.
Yes,
he's
he
taken them
has.
all on.
Yep.
He was a good enhancement talent for the WWF for
Nice.
quite some time.
Yep.
So I know he has our back because we're taking on the Bitter Club.
Oh.
Scott Levesque. You gotta get him on. You gotta get him on
Yeah.
the Leo show.
Is it Buddy Romano?
Buddy Romano.
Is he coming back?
We can only speculate on that, Leo. That's purely speculation.
Oh, I want to see Buddy. I do.
Definitely, Ray Ranson's going to be there.
Yeah.
And Superstar Sean Candido. You familiar
Oh,
with him?
yes, I am familiar with Superstar Sean.
Yeah,
yes.
he's a little cable access guy himself.
Yes,
he's done
he
a
is.
little cable access
Yep.
on Wrestling Spotlight back in the day, and we hate Wrestling Spotlight.
Oh.
Yeah, that's an old feud. That's old.
Oh, it's old. So
stuff.
you're friends now.
I'm still trying to get over it.
Oh, all right.
I'm gonna whip his ass. You know what I'm
There
saying?
you
Say
go.
that.
I hear
And
ya.
yes, you are. Am I allowed to say
Yeah,
that?
yeah, I think you just did.
Oh,
So you're good.
Am I the only one that's allowed?
No, you know,
Other people have said it?
people have-
Oh, that-
I've had some really bad words
I don't
said
know if
on
the
this
producer
show.
could bleep that. I might say it again. Keep
That's-
your eye on the button. The bleep button.
So now, And all your matches announced already for the show?
Some of them, not officially. There has been superstars announced. Yeah.
All right. I do notice a few guys on the poster that I'm fans of.
Yeah.
Okay. Anthony Stone.
Anthony Stone. This is a dude that we've known back in the day, like
Right.
from our early wrestling Green Boy days.
Yeah.
Anthony Stone was with there, and he was a Green Boy at the time too.
Right.
You know,
I
he
remember
might
you
have been a
telling
little
me.
less green than me, but he. So we've known the dude for a long time,
Right.
and he had a bad injury at some point. Almost took him out.
Against Rex Lawless, yeah.
Very
And if anybody knows, and Rex, it just was a freak accident.
It was, but if you know Anthony Stone, you know he has worth ethic.
Oh,
The man
unreal.
did what he had to do to get back in the ring.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
here he
yeah.
is. He's
Yeah.
a reunion wrestling, and
Yeah.
he's made a good name for himself.
Oh, yeah,
I
he
call
has.
him Bloodstone because that's how I've known him from back in the
Okay,
day.
a lot of people
Drop the blood.
Didn't people call him Hardcore Jesus or something too?
I had a T-shirt.
Yeah.
My mom's like, "What is Jesus is hardcore?"
Yes,
she
yes,
loved
he
it.
is. Of course he was.
She
I mean,
loved it.
with his nails.
Mama
of
Mack.
course he was. Right?
Mama Mack loved that shirt.
That's awesome.
She thought it was Jesus.
Yeah,
Not Anthony Stone, so.
yeah. But no, you mentioned Scott Levesque.
Scott
Do you
Levesque,
know
you know.
who his bitter club partner's going to be?
Is it? It's going to be Superstar.
Oh, okay,
Sean
it's gonna be
Condito.
Condito, okay,
And it's
yep.
going to be Ray Ranson. Who's going to be on his side? Because there's a bunch of bitter dudes in the locker room that's in the bitter club. You got
Right.
Scotty Jive.
Yeah.
You got Eric Dillon.
That's a guy that's been here a few times, Eric Dillon.
That's the Leo Connors show
Yep.
favorite over
Yep,
here.
yep.
Does he have the record? Who has the record?
No, the record is, oh gosh.
I'm getting up there, Leo.
Probably Sonny Goodspeed.
It's good speed.
With
What
about
we at?
seven or eight.
Hey.
Oh, Todd Graham has been on
Graham?
about.
Graham's being me?
Oh, I think Todd's been
What?
on here. Probably close to 10 times.
10 times. That's
He would call and hit me up and go,
Leo.
"Hey man, you need a guest?" I'm like, "I got nobody on this date. Come on in."
Man, it's too
I
far.
like Todd.
It's too far of a travel. I can't put in that many miles. I can't beat Todd
Yeah.
Graham on that one.
No, you can't.
Too many miles.
Yeah, and just so you know, Sonny just lives up the road a bit.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, about 12 miles. Not too
Yeah.
bad. But also on the show, and is this the first time he's wrestled for you guys? Burned by Callow?
Burned by Callow, yes. Indeed, we've known him from being in the business. You know,
Right.
we became friends with the dude.
Yep.
Good dude. Great wrestler, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He has the body, he has
Yep.
the look. Selfie, I think that's an old
Yeah,
gimmick.
that's the old gimmick. Yeah, but that was a good gimmick, though.
I need Trady to update me on what his current gimmick is.
Yeah, I know it. I should know it, but I don't. I haven't seen Vern at a show in a while.
Nonetheless, though, he's definitely down for action. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
Great wrestler.
Yeah. Now, did you ever see him in this tag team with Dan Terry?
Dan Terry, yeah, we took him on once or twice.
Nice.
Yeah.
That must have been good matches because those guys had some good chemistry.
I enjoyed it.
You know? No doubt.
sure.
All right. I also saw in the poster the meta villain.
Oh, the
Meta super villain.
The meta-human supervillain,
I'm
yes.
sorry, Dick. Dick Lane. I'm sorry,
So
Dick.
on the drive over here, I was like, what is a supervillain? I was trying to figure out his name.
So,
but
superhuman villain?
he's this meta-human supervillain. Is that right, Dick Lane? I don't know.
I don't know.
Hopefully you'll watch it at home.
I think we both botched
We both
it. But
botched
oh well,
it?
hey,
Oh.
it happens.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
the dude is a supervillain,
Yes,
right?
yes, he is.
That's when he's wearing his super suit. That's
Yeah.
when he's wearing his cape, his headband that
Yep.
gives him all kinds of information.
Yep.
Outside of all that stuff, great dude.
Yeah,
Good
great guy.
father. You know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
He wrestled Delusions of Grandeur our last show.
Yep.
And
Who did he take on? Do you remember?
he took
Because I was
on
there.
Steve Broad.
Oh yes, yep.
Yeah.
Who's been killing it all over the place too?
It was actually for the child support payments. Where the winner had to
that's
pay
right.
the other guy's child support payments.
Wow. Now, how
Yeah.
did they agree to a match like that?
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I mean?
I don't know.
No, I mean, you got to be a little crazy.
You know, every dollar counts. You know what I mean? If you can get a little,
Listen, I had
get
to
someone
pay,
else to pay your child support. That's not bad.
I had to pay child support to two girls, so
Yeah.
I know all about
So you know
that.
all about
I know
it, yeah.
all about it.
You should have found a match that you could have got
Yeah.
a stipulation. Maybe
Yeah.
it took a little weight off your shoulders.
Yeah, but oh well. But also though, Pimp Daddy Apple Cinnamon,
Yes,
the best
that's him.
name in wrestling.
Stephen Broad, that's what we're talking about.
That's the best name in wrestling now.
I don't think he's using it anymore. Now that you say that it's the best name in wrestling, I'm not sure. I gotta ask Brady.
All right, okay. Yeah. Well, I'll ask him too on Facebook.
Yeah.
But
shoot him a message.
I also saw the legendary New England independent wrestlers.
Hey,
Wolverine and Danger Boy Alfredo.
That's right. These two guys, wrestling legends, my friend. Legends.
They are. Yep.
They did the old JOB, the Acolyte, the APA down in the Tim's Tap.
Tim's Tap.
The Friendly Tap.
Yeah, the Friendly Tap.
Tim White.
Yep.
Went to my graduation. Did you know that?
No.
Little Monster Mack fun fact.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, why was he there?
His nephew graduated same class as me.
Cool. That's awesome.
Andy White.
Wow.
Shout out. Hey,
all right,
he's probably
Andy.
not watching.
But well, I hope so.
He might be.
You
Maybe he
never
lives
know.
in Nashua.
Maybe Hudson somewhere.
No,
right?
on the YouTubes.
That's exactly
Out there.
YouTube. All right. Well, how about a young kid that seriously, and I like to bring him up a lot here with people because he's doing really good things. Coach C.
Coach C,
Chris Sanders.
Yeah, dude, you know what I like about him? He is producing and he's helping the wrestling community by putting out videos with more information about certain guys.
Yeah.
Just like you, Leo.
Yeah, no, I am nothing like him.
I
Trust
gotta
me, I
commend
love
you, though.
doing
I
my
gotta
show, but
commend
he is
you.
incredible.
I gotta commend you because, you know, what else is on Nashua, this area, cable access?
True.
What, some board meeting, you know what I mean? Like
A lot of board
Like,
meetings.
what else is on here? Like, the mayor is maybe saying some stuff,
Sometimes
you know what I mean?
they got. I think one of my producers was telling me today they got a rap show.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Yo
I gotta
MTV
check
rap
that
or something.
out, yeah.
Yo Nashua rap.
Yeah, Yo Nashua Rap. I gotta check that one out.
Yo.
Because I had the Monster Mack show on cable access,
Right.
deep into cable access, and did that for many years before I was a guest on Wrestling View, and on that channel it's nothing. It's just you know, the library like meetings and stuff like that. So we wanted to get the younger viewership. You know what I mean? A bunch of old people are watching cable access.
Nice.
Need the younger viewership, just like you know.
Yeah.
Promoting wrestling, I was promoting myself.
Right.
But you know.
Right.
Get
Absolutely.
the name out there. Yeah. So Coach C, great videos. Check them out.
I'm telling you, man, he's fantastic.
Where
He
can
really
you find
is.
his stuff?
On Facebook and YouTube.
All right.
Best for business.
Best for business.
Best
That's
for
what I was looking
business.
for.
Yep. Are you familiar with like anything going on in AEW a little bit?
Yeah, some things, you know.
Well, I seen that they're having one of their big shows, All In Texas.
All in. Yeah.
Yeah,
Are you
and,
all in?
No, yeah, I'm not really a big AEW
Like-
fan, but I don't mind. There's certain things I like of them, and there's certain things that make me change the channel quick.
I'm like 58% in.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
right.
60% maybe.
Okay.
You know, but there's a couple of matches that are really excited me. Is Mercedes Moné versus Timeless Tony Storm.
Yeah.
I don't know if you had happened to see the Tony Storm Mariah May match.
Dude, what she's doing right now, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
And then, like, even switching it up, you know, not doing that. You got a good gimmick going for you.
Right.
But yet she still finds a way to switch it up every here and there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Change it a little bit.
Yep.
Come up with some raunchy
She's a
catchphrases.
raunchy chick,
But it's
man.
okay because
I
the
like
gimmick's
it.
there. You
Yes,
know what I mean?
it's perfect. And I hope she puts out another 5-star match. And I don't like to say that too often. 'Cause like Dave Meltzer gives 5-star matches to almost all the AEW show matches. It seems.
Yeah.
It seems at least.
What,
So they're
Melts?
4.5.
Talking about melts?
Yeah, Dave Meltzer's But no, really though, Tony Storm and Mariah May was unbelievable. And I would like to hope that Mercedes Moné and her can do the same thing.
Yeah.
You know?
So, you never know. It might go sideways.
And exactly. That's what I'm worried about. But then there's a few other matches. There's a guy in there, that champion, John Moxley. And he's got a group called the Death Riders.
I seen John Moxley take a sawzall to the head.
Really?
And his skin flap came up. Can I say that?
Yeah,
Skin flap,
you
Stevie?
just did. It's okay. Skin flap.
I've still been trying to figure out how they did it, if it was worked.
Right.
You know, because I heard on the internet, you know, and I wish Trainer was here to back me up, but great dude, that Training number one.
Yeah, he is a great dude.
I wish he was here to tell me the facts, but yeah, I think his skin flap came up for a second.
That's
yeah.
crazy. But yeah, he's taking on Hangman Page. And if I'm not
Should be a good
mistaken,
one.
he's an arsonist, allegedly.
Oh, he burnt his house
He
down,
burnt
right?
down Swerve Strickland's house.
I seen it on YouTube.
I saw it on TBS.
Dude, he burnt his house down and then he
Yeah.
sat in front of the house for like 9 hours.
Yeah.
I
Watched
watched
like
him for like 9 hours.
Yeah.
He just sat there the whole time, just his house was burning.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude,
Nobody
when's
called the
ambulance
fire
gonna come?
department or nothing.
Yeah. 9
Nobody.
hours. Leo, I spent the whole day watching him just sit in front of his house as that thing burned.
Yeah, I watched this while he was on TV. But yeah, that was crazy.
I wish Trini was here to tell me that it was just a screensaver that was just
Right.
showing him
Yeah.
playing some music, but I thought it was real, Leo.
Well, it looked real to me. It looked real to me.
It could have been.
But then you know what really does get me going on this on AEW right now is the Hurt Syndicate.
Never heard of him.
No,
Maybe.
they used to be called the Hurt Club in WWE. Bobby Lashley.
Oh, yeah, Lashley, yeah.
Shelton Benjamin, or as Hulk Hogan likes to call him, Benjamin Shelton.
Benjamin Shelton.
That's what
yeah.
Hogan calls him.
And PVM, right?
Yes. And now MJF.
MJF's in it.
One thing doesn't look like the other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't understand how he's a member of them.
Is
And
that
how
kind of like when Owen Hart joined the
Nation of Domination. That's
yeah.
a wow, you know, and I didn't even think of that. Yeah. Yeah, it's probably just like that.
Some food for thought.
Yeah, absolutely. But honestly, when the Hurt Syndicate came to AEW, I have to say, I was like, wow, when the WWE let them go and they signed with AEW, I was like, what are they gonna do? Boom! They're the most exciting thing and best thing to watch them on their television show, in my opinion.
Nice, Leo.
You know? So, I'm kind of happy to see the Hurt Syndicate around.
Don't you kind of wish that Teddy Long was like around though,
yeah,
so he can
yeah.
be like,
Yep.
and we got a third man in this match, Bobby Lashley.
Yeah,
I used to love when he
absolutely.
did that.
Yeah, me too. Teddy Long was a good character in wrestling. He wasn't just a referee. You know what I mean? He
For
really
sure.
was a personable guy.
He's not. Is he still around?
Oh, I don't think he's with WWE, but I think he's still
not with
around.
us
And he's
anymore?
around the business. He does works for a show in Georgia or
okay.
wherever he lives. You know what I mean? He's
Yeah.
involved a little bit. But that's what I've heard. You know?
Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, Teddy Long.
Love it.
Here's the Teddy Long. Guess what they're teasing?
What are they teasing?
The return of the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson.
He's been out. Yeah, that's right, Leo.
What do you think about that?
Dude,
I mean, first of all, do you
know-
like the American Dragon,
Yeah,
Bryan Danielson?
he was one of my favorite wrestlers at the time. Leo, Ring of Honor.
Yep.
You know Ring of Honor.
Oh, yeah.
You've told me the stories. You
Yep.
were there.
Yep.
I was there too, Leo.
Right.
I remember when he didn't have the beard. He was wearing
Right.
the blue, and he
Yep.
was named the American Dragon, and he came out to
Final
that-
Countdown.
Final
Right?
Countdown.
From
he also
the
came out
band
to that
Europe.
Offspring song.
What's that?
He came out to that Offspring song.
Oh, did he? Which one? Not Gone Away. Kids Are All Right.
Trainee.
Yeah, Trainee number one. Where are you, man?
Trainee.
What are you doing?
You would have known. You would have known
yeah,
exactly.
you probably would have known.
Oh, he said, Mustang, you don't know what you're talking about.
And you know what, Gills? Is I'm a big Offspring fan too, and right now I
was,
can't think of their names of their songs.
The one about being a loser. His girlfriend's cheating on him. And,
Yeah. What?
and he's still
Yeah.
hitting
I
it,
know. I know what it is, and I can't think of it.
That one.
Yeah, that's a good tune.
Come on, Leo.
That's a good tune, though. It is.
I need you to ask Trainee what that is, what that song's called.
As soon as I get home, I'm hitting them up.
Put it in the
Trainee
comments.
number one. Yeah, put it in the comments.
In the comments, we could use some engagement.
Absolutely. So, you know who I'm surprised is still in AEW is Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe, yeah.
I like Joe. I mean, my house is a big fans of Samoa Joe.
Yeah. Did you,
know?
see the Twisted Metal
Yeah.
show?
Oh, yeah.
You
I
seen
loved
it.
it. Yeah.
Did
yeah.
you used to play?
Yeah, no, my grandson
Back in the
played
day?
it. No, my grandson played it, not me.
I haven't checked it out yet. I want
What?
to check it out.
Oh, yeah, but it's not his voice.
No,
It's the
the body, though.
Yeah, oh,
He's
yeah,
still there.
absolutely. Dude, he did a good job in that show. That was a great series. Now, it's only got one season so far. Maybe the second one's coming out soon, hopefully.
Now, Samoa Joe, I didn't like him when he first came out.
No?
Like when Ring of Honor days when
Yeah.
he was first in there, you know, he had that world champion T-shirt.
Yep.
And, I don't know, I wasn't feeling him, but now, you
Wow.
know, he's been in the business a long time.
Yes.
He's gained the max respect, you
Yep,
know what I'm
yep.
saying? Not that counts for much.
Oh, yeah,
but, you
sure
know,
it does.
Sure it does, Leo.
Of course it does. Listen,
it does.
listen. You got to respect some wrestlers, anyways, right? You got to respect most wrestlers. There are
course,
going to
of
be
course.
some that you don't because you know you're only human.
Stuff's not easy, man.
Not easy at all. All right. So off here, I brought up to you R-Truth.
Yeah, R-Truth. He's back, baby. Did you see it coming?
No, I didn't see
You
him.
didn't see it coming?
No, well, I did when that guy jumped him and then his shirt pulled up and I
Oh,
saw
yeah,
it was
that-
a black guy.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
then I
You
thought
know,
it was that.
you can see his little wrist.
R-Truth.
You can see his wrist a
Yeah,
little
see, I
bit.
didn't notice the wrist. I only noticed the back.
Oh,
Remember?
so you called it before you took
What do you,
unmasked?
I did. I kind of knew, but you
Nice,
know.
Leo.
But it was pretty cool to see, though.
Yeah.
I wish they wouldn't have got everybody so mad because I told you, I was mad that they got rid of him because he's not making $1 million.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
You know, I don't know. How long's he been with the company? He's been
17,
since
18.
the Attitude Era.
Oh,
you know?
yeah, yeah. He's been there a very long time. 2 runs.
And if they did let him go and he didn't come back, right? If he didn't get that
Right.
fanfare, they gave him that last run with John Cena. You know what I mean?
That was really cool.
They sold a lot of T-shirts at the
Right.
Ron Cena stuff.
Right.
You know, they gave him they gave him something. You know,
Yeah.
some of these guys, Attitude Era guys,
Yeah,
who's
yeah.
left?
Right.
Him.
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
the only
yeah.
one.
He is
so-
the only one.
So
Wow.
like, I don't know.
I didn't even think of that. He is the only one left from the Attitude Era.
But like, I don't know. I wish Tajiri was still around.
Well, yeah, who doesn't love Tajiri? Actually,
me
he's
some Tajiri.
he's been wrestling around
Has he?
in the United States not too long ago. Yeah,
That's awesome, yeah.
Tajiri.
Yeah, so it's good that he still has a spot.
Right.
Obviously, you earned it. You know what I mean? The
Yeah.
fanfare,
Oh,
the
yeah.
fans love
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, he's a guy that can
see
get
him?
booked anywhere.
You see him shave his head?
No.
You didn't see him? He cut the locks off.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, yeah. And it seemed like it was a little heelish the way he was talking.
Right.
His name's
Oh,
Ron.
R-Truth.
His
I'm
name's
sorry.
R-Truth, yeah.
Yes,
he
I
cut the-
saw that. Yeah.
The promo seemed a little heelish, but the
Right.
fans they were hot for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I don't
couldn't
know where they're
believe
going
it.
with it.
He cut it all off, all
Yeah.
his dreadlocks.
Yeah, it was looking a little like it needed a good trim, Leo. It was time. It was definitely time.
It was time. But I was really happy to see him back though, because like I said, I got mad because I was like, why get rid of a guy that's not making the $1 million that you know is good for morale? Honestly, you know can bring some comedy to the
And
show.
even if you're not using him on TV, you know what I mean? He's a
Right.
good guy to go out and
Yeah.
meet the kids,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sign autographs.
Yeah.
He's a good guy for that. But
Yeah.
he's back, you know?
Yeah, he's back. Thank God he's back.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say
It's
about
nice
that.
to see the fans like getting what they want. You
Yeah,
know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah. Very
and I don't
true.
know if that was something always that might have happened if Vince McMahon was still around.
Right,
God
right.
rest his soul. You know, God bless him.
Yeah. I was gonna say he didn't pass away.
No, God bless him, I mean.
I hear you. But so here's another thing that just happened last Monday night. Last Monday, Jey Uso lost the world title back to Gunther.
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 Gunther. How do you pronounce that?
Gunther.
Gunther. Okay.
Yeah. He's awesome though. I like Gunther. I know him when he was Walter.
Yeah. Walter Gunther.
That was his no, it wasn't
He
just
was like a big
Walter.
chubby boy, right?
Yeah, he was a chubby boy. Yeah. But he was good then too, though, and his chops were. You got to admit, he does give some good chops, man. Well, I mean, not to give to me or to you.
No, not to
But
me.
to
no.
give to anybody he wrestles.
Yeah,
I love seeing him chop people because you can hear it, you know? You can almost feel it through the television.
I believe it. I've
You
taken
know?
some. David Baker's a big chopper in the.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so I've gone chop for chop
Oh,
Not a smart idea.
No, definitely
I thought the
not.
shoulder pads would protect me a little bit. He ripped them off. Chopped me anyways.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't say it, David. I didn't say it.
He didn't say it. Whatever
didn't.
that was.
Yeah.
What, are you going to call him the B word?
No, I always say that he's the mean brother.
Oh, yeah.
Every
Yeah,
single
the B
time.
word.
But because Devin's the nice one.
Yeah, I like that, Devin. He has a good thing going with that, the hillbilly gimmick,
Yeah,
you know?
the Juckets, they were supposed to come in.
The Juckets?
Juckets, yeah. Bub and Jeb.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bub
Their
and
little
Jeb.
chicken.
Yeah, the little rubber chicken.
Yeah, yeah.
And you like the thing of it is, Bub doesn't really speak words.
Which one's that?
That's Devin.
Yeah.
And Jeb understands every word he says.
So he's
The
like,
dynamic of that tag team to me is hilarious.
so Jeb's like the trainee number one
Yeah.
of the tag team.
Yeah, and you're like,
that helps translate.
you're like
Yep.
Bob Jacket.
Yep, hands up.
Yeah, exactly. Then trainee number one would say, "Oh, he just
Yeah.
said that he likes to do headlocks."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Love me a good headlock.
But yeah, I was gonna have them on. It's got postponed. Let's put it that way, because I
Get 'em
definitely
outta
want them
here.
guys on the show. Well, the Bakers have all been on twice.
Yeah.
Oh, actually,
Not as many times as this guy, though.
Brickhouse has been on 3 times.
Oh.
Yep.
Hey, now.
Yep. Because he was on with Jose Perez in one of my four episodes of the Feuds in
Oh, that
New
would've
England
been-
Wrestling.
that would've been a good one.
It was a good one. You
were-
should watch it.
Retired together.
Yeah.
Retired together.
Yeah. But they had a long history together.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Great matches.
Forever kid. So I've caught most of that back in my childhood. You know
Right,
what I
right.
mean? The old Yankee Pro Wrestling.
Right.
And
Now,
South Coast Championship Wrestling.
that's when no, he was running 2 promotions at the same time.
Yeah.
Do you know why? I mean, I don't get it.
I think South Coast was like the B promotion. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like nothing
Yeah,
against
yeah,
their
yeah,
workers
no,
or anything like
right.
that, but like.
But you weren't as good as the other ones, guys.
I think that
I'm
they
just-
used their main guys.
No,
you know what I
right.
mean? Like they just had too many guys. They had their training school in New Bedford for
Right.
years. You know
Right,
what I
right.
mean? So. I think they just had too many guys. They decided, you can still make money. You still get shows
absolutely.
going on.
I just never understood why. That's all. That's a great explanation of it,
I
for
think
sure.
that's it, though. Yeah.
Oh, I believe you. Now, did you see Mariah May make her NXT debut?
Nah.
It was pretty cool. She came from the audience.
Yeah.
And
Really?
all the girls were in the ring giving talking all this
Was she in
crap.
street clothes?
Yeah, she was in a white top, white pants. She looked good. She
looks-
looked
sounds like she looked good, yeah.
But so did all the other ones. Jordan Grace and Jada Parker. They were all out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Talking to
Nice.
the new NXT champion, JC Jace. Do you remember her? She used to team with that girl, Gigi Dolan.
Can't say I do.
Okay.
Can't say I do.
So she ended up beating, in my opinion, the hottest female wrestler in the world right now is Stephanie Vaquer. At least for me, it is.
Yeah.
Do you know who that is, right?
No.
You don't. Oh,
don't.
you gotta see
She
her.
sounds hot, though.
She's now on Raw or I think it's Raw. She was the NXT champion for a while.
I thought you were going to say Stephanie McMahon.
No, but she's pretty hot
Yeah.
too. Can I ask you this? All right. Will Ospreay would be on TV and he would love to say things how, he married the boss's daughter and all that, right?
Yeah.
And it always offended me because it sounded like he's talking about he thinks that she's not an attractive woman.
No.
You know what I mean?
Did you see her in that camo top
good. She's
back
a
in the Jericho
good-looking
days?
woman. Yeah,
Oh,
dude. She
ooh.
still looks good.
I think so, Leo.
You know?
Not as
It
hot
always
as the
irked
other
me
girl,
about that guy, though, that he would say stuff like that. You know what I mean? Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? That's all. That's one of the reasons why I'm not a big AEW fan, because, I grew up on the WWF.
Yeah, I hear you.
You know what I mean?
Many years now.
Yeah. Absolutely. 53 years I've been a wrestler.
What'd you say her name was?
Who?
The hottest lady in wrestling.
Stephanie Vaquer.
Vaquer.
Yeah. And
Good wrestler?
yeah, she's really
Nice.
good. She's from Chile.
Okay.
Yeah, and she just on Saturday Night Live, Nikki Bella came back and she butchered her name in the ring. She didn't say Vakia.
Yeah.
She said something else, you know? And,
Like having me out there. And
yeah, and the fans picked up on it right away, you know?
Gotcha.
But yeah, so Mariah May, though, she's a very talented young girl, just adding to the list of the female stars in the WWE.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's a lot of them too. It's going real well for women's wrestling.
Rhea Ripley.
It's about time.
You know? Yes, so I hear you. I love it that they, I mean, what was it, a couple of years ago, they headlined WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Becky Lynch.
They have their own Rumble.
Yeah, they do have their own Rumble. And you know something? The last 2 years has been better than the men's, in my opinion.
Hey, in your opinion.
In my opinion, the last 2 Rumbles, the women's was the better Rumble.
Yeah.
I really believe that. But like I said, Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, don't blink because she changes what she looks like. Like literally, she looks nothing like she came back from.
She's like going to stages of evolution.
Yeah. I guess so.
Yeah.
You know, she's catching up to her dad in
I missed the
divorces.
I missed the big schnoz.
Yeah,
I like
she,
that.
She got that worked on
She
quite a
should've
few
kept that
times.
one.
Yeah, I hear you, but yeah, she don't look the same.
No.
She does not look the same.
Hey, she's gonna look like her father if she's not careful.
Yeah, I think so.
No.
But it was hurt. It's hurtful to her because she went through a 3rd divorce. You know, and it became a public thing. Well, that's because you're a public character.
Is that
You know what I mean?
Because of the business, you think? Being on the road, you know what I mean?
Her
Hitting
last,
the road.
her last husband was Andrade.
Oh, because he was a
So
wrestler.
you know what I
knew
mean.
all
So
about it.
you know what I mean. I think she's married to someone that wasn't a wrestler too. You know what I mean? Maybe even 2, because I know she's been divorced 3 times, and I'm not trying to be a jerk about it by saying it. Just because we're talking about her, and you know, we're talking marriages and stuff.
You got to give her credit, though. You know, from what she says, it wasn't originally her plan to be in the business.
Right.
Her brother
Right.
passes away. She wants to honor that. You know what I mean?
And become
Keep the
one of the
flair.
greatest women wrestlers in the world. Ain't no doubt about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you're right. And sometimes
How many
I even forget
championships?
that sometimes.
How many championships is she at?
Oh gosh, she's got it over
up there?
double digits for sure.
Double digits?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Woo.
I guarantee you, she's got at least 10, if not more. Seriously.
Put that in the comments. If you
Yeah,
know
put
the
that.
answer.
Thank you. I should start doing that on every episode, huh?
Like
See
and
that?
subscribe.
I can learn things.
Yeah.
Yeah, please subscribe. No, but there's some other, some really good WWE female wrestlers. Jordan Grace. Now, you familiar with Jordan at all?
Yeah.
TNA.
Buffy girl, right?
Yeah,
Well-
strong. When I first saw her wrestle, she was really chubby.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I watched her evolution, again, there's that word, evolution, to where she's jacked. And her husband is the guy that wears the octopus mask,
Okay, yeah.
Jonathan Gresham, who's an
It's-
incredible wrestler.
It's sad that I know most of these wrestlers through mystery wrestling crates. Every month I get
Right.
the wrestling box.
Yep, I do too.
I have a Jordan Grace towel, and she looks jacked.
Oh, she's jacked, man.
She still have a towel? She does a towel gimmick?
No more towel, but that's all
How am I
right.
going to sell that now? I'm never going to sell it.
Oh yeah, you kidding me? Someone will
I
want to
missed my
buy that.
chance.
$25 for that towel. Now
I'm just
maybe
gonna start
40.
trying my butt with it. You know what I mean? Just going to use it myself.
There you go. But she really is a very talented
Yeah.
worker, for sure.
Nice.
And then there's another girl they brought over from Japan who came over at the same time as the beautiful Stephanie Vaquer, Julia. She's like half Japanese.
Oh, Julia Gulia?
Yeah, kind of looks like it says Gulia, but it's pronounced Julia.
You know
yeah.
Julia Gulia,
Yeah,
right?
of course I do. She's in the WWE
Yeah,
now.
what's the last name going to be? Gulia?
But she's pretty damn good too.
Yeah.
You know, they've
Nice.
got a lot of freaking talented wrestlers. And then did you see the Money in the Bank?
I did not, no.
Oh, well, guess who won the female one? And you're going to be surprised because I haven't mentioned her yet, and I've mentioned all the best ones so far.
Leo, I have no idea.
Naomi.
Really? I didn't even know
I
she
was
was competing.
I was shocked that she won. I haven't really been a fan of her since she came back. I really haven't.
That's awesome,
So
yeah.
I think and I kind of liked it afterwards because I didn't see it coming.
What happened to the other pterodactyl girl?
She is in. She's still in TNA. No. Mercedes Monet. Right, Sasha Banks. It was
Yeah.
Oh no,
No, the other girl.
Yeah.
They were the No.
You know,
Come on, comments.
Yeah.
Where were they? The Funkettes.
The Funkettes, yes. And remember when she tried to pin the girl when she was on her stomach? The girl on the bottom was on her stomach, she went to pin her. And the referee had to tell her, you gotta flip her over.
Probably why she's not around anymore.
Yeah, her name I think is Cameron.
Cameron, yeah.
Cameron. She's a very attractive young lady, though.
Yeah,
I will
yeah.
say that. Both of them. I mean, Naomi, though, like I said, I was kind of happy to see it as it kind of weighed on me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was like, I can't believe that I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
And I love that. Because that's what I like about wrestling.
It's her time now, you know what I mean? She's
Definitely her time. Yeah. Yep.
Definitely
She's got that. She can bring that right to the world title. Not many people don't win the world title with the Money in the Bank. You could count on the ones that didn't on one hand, I bet.
Absolutely.
You know? Yep. Yep.
5,
3, 2,
4.
1.
I
don't know either. But yeah, so listen, then there's still a couple more that I got to bring up.
God, how many ladies are we going to talk about tonight? You're getting me hot and bothered, Leo.
Liv Morgan.
Yes, Liv.
And her partner, Raquel Rodriguez, which is a great dynamic as little and huge.
Yep.
You know what
She
I mean?
still do the creepy gimmick?
No, that's Alexa Bliss. That's Alexa Bliss.
Liv Morgan was murdered by Chucky on the TV series.
Yes, she was.
That's how I know her.
Yep.
Did you see it?
Yes, I did.
Her guts were spilling everywhere, Leo.
And she probably got a good payday for that.
Yeah.
Good for her.
And she's a big Child's Play fan, so it was like a dream coming true.
Absolutely. And NXT, there's a lot of stuff going on, too. I'm not too sure if you're familiar with some of it, but do you know Ethan Page, the wrestler Ethan Page?
I've heard the name, yeah. Okay. Is he a local guy?
He's
Sounds
from
local.
Canada.
Okay.
He's from Canada. He wrestled for AEW.
Yeah.
Was doing half decent, and then they stopped like pushing him at all. He ends up signing to NXT, becomes the NXT champion within like 2 months.
Really?
And he's doing his best work I think I've ever seen him. Seriously. You know, and then there's another guy in NXT called Trick Williams.
Yeah.
You know Tricky Williams?
No.
Tricky Williams is a tall, thin guy, African-American guy, incredible worker. I think you'd like Tricky Williams. I think you'd like Trick, yeah. And then there's my favorite guy in NXT right now. New England's own Josh Briggs.
Josh Briggs, the big dude. I know that guy.
He's in a tag team with some other guy, an Oriental guy. I can't think of his name now.
Yeah.
But yeah, Josh Briggs was a guest here.
Really?
Episode 65 or 67.
Towered above you, Leo.
Oh yeah, we actually sat at tall chairs and we had a long, tall round table back then.
They had to put books under your chair to lift you up.
No. The only time I used them is when I had my 8-year-old grandson on the show, who turns 18 tomorrow.
Hey, happy birthday! This will be out by then, right? So it's happy late birthday.
Yeah, actually, it's been coming out the next day.
It's belated.
Yep, belated.
It sure is.
No, actually, if it comes out tomorrow, it'll be his birthday. It's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow, but by the time this comes out...
Well, this might come out tomorrow,
birthday. Oh, hey now.
Yeah, that's...
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Depending on what time you're watching this.
Yeah, and listen, he don't even like me. He gets mad at me when I post pictures of him on Facebook because his friends say, hey, your grandfather posted this of you again. And he'll come down and say, what did I tell you? Don't post pictures of me on Facebook.
Here's a picture of him right now.
Yeah, I'm like, I felt like saying though, you know, who are your friends so I can block them? I want to block his friends, a bunch of big jerks.
I got a picture of him right now, Leo, just to embarrass him. No, it's actually a gift for you, Leo. It's a reunion wrestling poster. Stars and Strikes happening on July 5th, baby. You can actually put it on one of your glass, plenty of the glass
the
plates.
windows. Absolutely.
I always wondered, though, is that real glass?
Don't touch it. It breaks easy.
Is that plexiglass?
No, it's real glass.
It's real glass?
It's real glass.
Yeah.
Cry me a river.
If you can hook, if you can tape one up on one of them glass things.
Yeah, of course we can.
So many of them. I hope you can
we got
find
like
a spot.
17, 18 windows.
That's for you personally. That's for you to keep. And
that is
hold on
fantastic.
Hey, if you check out the back here, we got
oh my God!
VIP packages, Leo.
Nice.
Yeah, we got the hookup.
Let me talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got the early access to the event.
Yes.
Right, a front row ticket, a VIP lanyard.
Bang, we do it. We got
a reunion wrestling trading card, a limited edition cartoon style autographed event poster right here. The show is at 369 Hope Street in Fall River, Mass, with a building that we can't pronounce.
Yeah.
But come and see Wrestling Reunion 8.
The Del
Stars
Casa.
and Strikes.
Absolutely. Del Casa Francisco, I believe it's called.
There you go. I'm not even going to try that one.
This is for you, but
Thank you.
Yeah, we like to make the fans feel special. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're very important to us, and they're very important to the wrestling business.
Yes,
so you want to do a
absolutely.
little extra for them. We can hook them up with a sweet lanyard. You know what I mean? Give them early access.
Right.
Give them a sweet poster. I drew the cartoons on this poster.
Did you really?
Single-handedly.
Nice.
It may look like it's made by AI.
That's
but
pretty nice.
I did it, yeah.
I just noticed the guy in the middle there. He was here last week.
Chaz Marinelli.
Chaz Marinelli.
Yeah, that's right. He's in there, baby.
What about little Daddy Bravo's not in here, though?
That's a match that's actually announced. He's going to be taking on Zach Justice in a lumberjack match, baby.
Oh, yeah.
We're bringing them all out.
Oh, yeah.
So you might see LDB. You might just see him.
Wow. I hope so.
You coming out?
I knew that was next. No,
what's up with them noises?
My buddy bought...
I got to give you a free ticket like last time, Leo?
No. My buddy bought tickets to a show in Connecticut. Game Changer Wrestling.
Game
He
Changer.
bought him like 2 months ago.
Oh.
And, so I'm sorry, but I'll be at your next one, I promise.
Let me tell you about
promise.
game-changing wrestling. We got them right here, Leo. Right now. I'm sure they're a great promotion. I'm sure they're on good shows.
They're fun shows.
Nice.
Nick Gage, I don't think he's being booked by him right now, but that's who, pretty much was the guy that
Nick Gage,
put Game Changer.
The guy who robbed the bank, the guy who held everyone up and robbed the
drug
bank.
addict, allegedly.
Oh, the guy who went to jail. That's whose show you're seeing over Mayan. That guy. Oh, okay. The guy might stab you. You know what I mean? The guy.
I hope he doesn't stab me.
The guy almost killed David Arquette. That guy. Yeah. Let's see his show
yeah.
instead of Mayan. Yeah. He needs the money. Yeah.
Oh, God.
You gonna put this up, Leo?
Oh, yeah, we'll put it up there
All
for
right,
sure.
cool.
Absolutely.
Nice.
But, yeah.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, go see his show.
That guy.
Yeah, it's gonna be
really-
a great time anyway.
I'm sure you're gonna have a blast.
If you don't have tickets to Game Changer Wrestling already,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Make sure you get there.
It's gonna be the first time having wrestling in this building.
Nice.
So, all the guys, they're gonna put their all in it, you know what I mean? We're gonna keep the good times rolling.
Nice.
We used to book out of the VFW that you checked out, but it started getting a little rough in that building, you know.
It did, huh?
Some other promotion came in, and they decided to book 3 shows ahead of time. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So it's like, what are we gonna do? Book around these jabronis?
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right. And why do people do that?
Because they're jerks, jerk faces. You know
Somebody,
what I mean? No,
somebody did that to my buddy Pat Dillon.
I'll tell you right now, it's because they never learned the business enough to know respect for the business and know how it works.
Right.
Never learned that.
Yeah, you got to build your own buildings.
And if you're if you're wondering who I'm talking about Brian Sire and Never Quit Wrestling. I named names.
Whoa!
I named them.
Named them?
Absolutely.
Brian what?
Brian Sire.
Brian Sire.
The self-proclaimed franchise of Fall River. I named them.
Franchise of Fall. I've never heard of him.
Yeah, of course you haven't. It makes sense, Leo. It makes sense.
So he tries to run in your buildings, or he has run in.
Yes, well, we all grew up together. We were like Bloodstone.
Yeah.
We all grew up together, and we used to run out of that VFW.
Right.
So I'm sure he thinks he has some kind of entitlement to that
Right.
VFW because
Right.
we all used to wrestle
Did
there.
you just have a falling out?
It's always been like he wants to be our friends, and we're always like,
You're too cool for
too much
school.
of a mock.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
I hear. There's plenty of people like that I know. Yeah.
I don't want to bash him too much, but he's a
Okay.
son of a bitch.
Oh!
For stealing that
wait a
venue
minute.
and booking it 3 months ahead of time. That's all I'm gonna say. That's
all right,
I'm gonna say.
Yeah, Brian, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, nothing amongst his actual mother. She's a lovely lady. I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure.
Nothing to do with her.
Yeah, of course, because just her son's the jerk.
Yeah, he's the jerk.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, so when we talked about that, the last guy left from the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
R-Truth.
Right.
I miss the Attitude Era.
Dude, me
I
too.
really do. I miss that.
No, and it's nice hearing from you because I was a little bit younger
Yeah.
at that time, so
Right.
like your brain kind of works
Yeah.
differently. You're thinking about different stuff.
Right.
So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how much of it was kind of like a mirage. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like go back and watch the old school classic wrestling, the Hogans and the Warriors
Yep.
and the Boss Mans.
Yep.
Like how good is that actual like wrestling? You know what I mean?
Right. I think that's pretty good. The Big Boss Man is one of the best big men
Yeah,
of
no,
all
for
time,
sure.
for sure, right?
I'm not saying they're not
No,
good
I
wrestlers.
know that. But let's talk about a couple of the good big men that have been in
Yeah.
wrestling. Guys like Big Boss Man, Bam Bam Bigelow.
Oh, I'll go next. A little to the
Oh,
left.
yeah.
A little to the right. Vader, baby.
Vader
I mean,
time.
a little to the right, a little to the left.
Yeah, dude.
Big Van Vader.
Huge.
Big fan.
Me and my kids, my older kids used to do that whenever he
Oh,
came
yeah,
out.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And my kids were like 10 and like 7.
Had the
You
pleasure
know?
of sharing a locker room with him. Yeah.
Nice. He's a really big man. Was a great
Huge
wrestler.
dude, yeah.
And always brought up as the smelliest wrestling tights of all time.
smelliest wrestler.
Yep, that's what I've heard.
I don't know if
Ever heard?
that's what you want to get in the
Yeah,
locker room, but
so, you
I heard
know.
he was a nice guy, too.
Yeah,
They used
yeah,
to say
yeah.
how
Well,
big
yeah.
teddy bear they would
Yep,
call him.
I guess, but I don't think Paul Orndorff thinks he was
Hey.
a good guy.
Speaking of the V, what about Big Viscera, my friend?
Yes, sir. I
May
liked
he
him.
rest
I
in
really
peace.
did. Yeah, he hurt a lot of guys too. he really did. But no, but
Never mind then.
But
Forget about
but
him.
I did like him, and he got noticed in Memphis.
Yeah.
and that's like my favorite all-time, like guilty pleasure, like promotion. You know what I mean? Like when the internet hit and YouTube came, those are the first things like I was searching for. Memphis TV wrestling, which it was live every Saturday, 90 minutes, man. I would have loved to have been, you know what I mean? Have that on my TV when I was a kid.
Right, yeah.
Guys like Jerry Lawler, guys that get Big V, Viscera. He was the Harlem Knights.
Yeah.
That was his tag team.
Now, do you think that we'll ever get back to there? And what is the Attitude Era? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, what is it?
Yeah,
Uh,
it's...
and do you want that many wrestling fans to have signs so you can't see?
Well,
where-
that's...
what-
Yeah.
Like,
That's...
get your freaking Austin 316 sign out of my way.
That was tough to go to shows like that. You were better off with the seats way up top so you could at least not have to look at the back of signs, you know?
So I don't know if wrestling will ever, become that ever
Right.
again. But also, the Attitude Era had some pretty raunchy stuff. You know
A
what
lot
I mean?
of raunchy stuff. But it worked at the time, though. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
no.
That's what...
It was a different time.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
It was like Vince McMahon.
Know what I'm saying?
You want to fight your boss. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Stone
yeah, yeah.
Cold and Vince McMahon.
It
I mean,
worked
was
out perfect.
But just so go back to Memphis. Vince McMahon went down to Memphis to try out being a heel down there first. He did a trial run
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Memphis.
I seen that.
And he brought Pat Patterson with. I mean, he really played it up. You know what I
They're
mean?
doing like the kind of like the invasion kind
Yes,
of angle.
Bret
yeah.
Hart was down there wrestling. Anybody that he had that he wanted to bring down to
I
Memphis.
was so pumped for any invasion angle. The ECW, the
Yeah.
WCW. It's just too bad they dropped the ball. Like
Yeah.
pretty bad with that.
Yeah, the ECW one, the first one was my favorite because the Eliminators had a match on the show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's my favorite television tag team of all time. I have so many independent tag teams that I love. You know what I mean? That I couldn't really put one over the other.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah. So So what do you think about tag team wrestling? I like tag team wrestling.
You're talking to
more.
a tag team wrestler.
Right.
You know what
So,
I mean?
but is that your fault? Like when
like-
you watch wrestling, would you rather watch a tag match or would you rather watch a singles match?
I feel like when I was younger, like my childhood
Yeah.
was demolitions. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
I noticed guys like that. I'm more of a gimmick guy. If
Right.
if you haven't talked to me,
Yeah.
but so I like a lot of gimmicks. But
Yep.
yeah, tag team wrestling was definitely my jam. I had a best friend. We got into the business together. We just always been together. We used to
Right.
do a lot more singles, like in on mill days, but we don't really count that as like professional wrestling.
Okay,
You know what I
okay,
mean?
yeah,
That's
no, I
like
know what you mean.
we were like kids doing like it wasn't backyard because it was in a mill,
Right.
But there wasn't much training going on. You
Right,
know what I
right,
mean?
right.
So after that, we had to hit the training schools. We had to learn. You had to travel a little bit, go to Maine, start doing the indies.
Yes.
Getting promoters like attention. So once we started doing that, that's when we really considered like being in the business. You know what I mean?
Nice.
When I look back at the mill days, you know what I mean? Like that's not really. That was like just having fun as a kid. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
but Tranny was there the whole time. So when we got into the indies, tag team action started happening. We were always being tagged up, and
Right.
we're like, not to toot my own horn, boop, 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 but we're like one of the masked wrestling tag teams that been together, like never broken up,
Right.
Never went
20
heel,
years.
you know what I mean, for quite some time now.
Right.
So I'm very proud of that.
You should be. You really should be. And back in the Attitude Era, do you ever think there'll be another like Stone Cold Steve Austin or The Rock? Because do you remember
I
when
think
Vince
so.
McMahon was in there at the end? He was always saying, we're not making stars anymore. He
Yeah,
wanted everyone to kind of be the same. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, I get
and
that.
people are giving LA Knight crap because he stole from The Rock and Stone Cold. Well, hello? If you're gonna steal from someone, right? Why wouldn't you not steal from the best?
I'd say inspired, because that's the word you want to throw out, because in wrestling, everyone's stealing.
Right, exactly. Yeah. But you know what I mean, though?
You seen the Beyond the Mat, stealing
Yes.
that? Stealing that?
Oh, yeah.
That's the whole,
Yeah.
that's all wrestlers, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Was that Michael Modest, I think,
Yeah, I
that said
think
that?
so.
I'm stealing that. I'm stealing
Yeah,
that.
that's a good one.
And then I'll tell you right now, Petey Williams?
Yeah.
Petey Williams is known as the Canadian Destroyer. Nah, Amazing Red, Deranged,
Yeah,
all those
yeah.
guys did it first. And you know what Petey said? Stealing it and put it on television because the other guys weren't on television. And all of a sudden, it's Petey Williams' move, and it's not. I'm here to set the record straight. Okay?
You heard it.
There's a lot of those indie guys that I like. I'm talking to you right now, Deranged. Hang in there, brother, man. You're a great dude, a great worker. All right? Hit me up anytime you need me, my friend. It's a great wrestler, Deranged. You already said, Deranged
in
from
the mask.
Special
Yeah,
K.
Yeah.
From Special K.
Okay, yeah.
Early Ring of Honor stuff, I've said it here before. He walked to the ring, and I was like, what's he going to do? Because he was very small.
Yeah.
By the time he left the ring, I couldn't
yeah,
wait
crazy
to get
stuff.
home to look up more of his stuff. That's how much he impressed me in that one shot he had. You know what I mean?
Right. I hear you.
It was unbelievable, man. And the kid can work.
So yeah, I'm sorry to hear that you can't make it out to.
I really am
Stars and
sorry.
Strikes, but for anyone else who can make it, it's going to be a fun show.
Yeah.
Celebrations continuing after the 4th of July on July 5th. That's
Nice.
369 Hope Street in Fall River, Mass. 6:30 start time.
Okay.
7 o'clock bell time. Ding,
Okay,
ding, ding.
6:30, doors open.
Doors open, yeah.
Nice.
Unless you got the VIP pass, my friend.
Yep.
We're letting them special people in early, my
that's
friend.
right, yeah.
Because they got a sweet lanyard, you
Yep.
know what I'm saying?
Yep.
They got a trading card.
Yep.
An awesome poster autographed by the boys.
Yeah.
We're just trying to have fun at Reunion Wrestling. That's what
Nice.
it's. Nothing's taken too seriously. Besides Scott Levesque, the dude takes everything way too serious.
He's a mean
He's
guy.
a bitter bastard, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do want to get him on here, though. I really would
should,
love
yeah,
to,
yeah.
man. He'd be a great guest. He's wrestled a lot of big name
He has.
guys, man.
He has, but we
a
got
lot.
on our side Richie Rich, who's wrestled more names
Oh,
than
he's
him.
wrestled a lot of guys, too. You're right. Richie Rich has.
Bigger names than Scott
Whoa,
Levesque.
hey, that's probably, you might be right.
So,
Because
yeah.
I don't remember who,
So
everyone.
It's been a little while since Mack Attack's been in the ring.
Right.
So we're trying to get ourselves back in ring shape, We're trying to get the psychology going. That's Trainy's department.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a great night, Leo.
That is awesome, man. I'm so glad you came back on the show.
Hey, thanks.
I really miss Trainee number one.
Yeah, I miss him as well. I wish he was here.
So, but listen, thank you again so much for
Next
coming
time,
on the show.
Leo, you know what I mean? We're going to get that ups. We're going to
Yeah.
get the
do you have any
longest running
upcoming
guest.
Yeah, do you have any upcoming guests on the Mac podcast?
Nothing that I know of, but we're going to get into some spooky stuff.
Ooh,
We're going to
really?
figure out the beyond, you know what I mean? We're going to answer some questions.
Nice. You want to go
Yeah.
spooky? I don't know if you remember Jeremy Carter, the outpatient.
Oh, yeah. I
He's
love
into the
that guy.
paranormal
I
stuff.
love that guy.
Thanks again, bud.
Hey, thank
We're out.
you.
Peace. Hi, guys. I hope you're enjoying the show. Listen, I could use a little help to grow my YouTube channel. So if you could please like, share, and subscribe. That's most importantly, subscribe. Send me a direct message, and I'll give you a shout out here on the show. My YouTube channel is real simple. It's just my name, Leo Connors. Thanks in advance. Peace.